What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Tuesday afternoon to all of you. September 10th. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag, 3:30 p.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica. And I just finished an episode of The Audible. I'm starting to see week 2 a little clearer. We did have a great Monday night. A good Monday night, 3-1. And a nice MLB. I've made very few plays on this MLB card. We're going to have Drew Martin joining us in about 38 minutes for us to break down more MLB, take a look at NFL and college. Big shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Curry Winters liking the Diamondbacks top set. Jay Scum, Gerald Martinez, Ron Lofton, Danny Almendarez, Gio Mercedes, DX Filer, Walla Dos. There's Jorge. Don't play. Rick Rodriguez, Jonathan Succi, Chevy Bra, Big Guy Bubba. What a great group. There's Alex Ramirez, Paul Taylor, the Sailor, in the chat. We got Corey Mack. Let's start with Corey Mack. Says, my favorite parlay from gathering my guys' insights is the Pirates money line at plus 110 and Mariners first 5 money line at plus 115. I like it. And there's Guillermo. My guy says, shoot me some luck grinding at Commerce. Man, I have done that at the Commerce Casino as well, being on the grind in that poker room. Go get it, Guillermo. Remember, that's your money. That's your money. And hate these guys. Don't be friends with these assholes at the table. You take their money. I'm going to copy and paste Corey Mack right now. Corey Mack's action. Shout out to our guy, Corey Mack. Paul Taylor, the Sailor, says, loving the FSU combo. Look, that over came in nicely. I needed that over very badly against Monroe. Who cares how bad they are? All I care about is getting that cash. And that's what I did on that over, and one of my few victories at that. All right, I'm copying and pasting that right there. Okay, now there's Jimmy Gomez, our winner of the Vegas Gun Award for capping excellence. All right, you guys, what we do know is that life can be tough. Life can be very difficult out there. There's curveballs and bullshit and things that you can't prepare yourself for. Let's talk about some light, man. Let's put some smiles on people's faces. How about this? The mass that was found inside our baby Briggs and partially on his outside. It was a big mass and 100% benign. No cancer. Final mass report, no cancer. He's been moved from the ICU to general care, and he's going to be home in a couple days with his family. Briggsy, attaboy. That's just the first battle that you are going to be winning, and there's a lot of winning in your future. Much love to the whole Randall family. How about that, Rafa? Doesn't that feel good? Say out loud. Damn, it just feels so good, man. Let's just soak that shit up for a second. God damn, that feels good. Briggsy and the Randall family be going home very soon. Man, that feels good. That feels very good. And our man, Paco Healy, just another incredible guy whom we love so much, sent a care package on behalf of all the low baggers to the Randall family. God, just feels good, man. Just feels good. With all that good feelings coming in, let's go after some winners. Let's go get some winners here. And I also have yet to bet that Orioles first 5. Although I still think I may do it. I've yet to bet that Orioles first 5. What I have done is I've made 2 plays on this MLB board. I've made 2 plays. I took the Pirates first 5. I believe I got plus 109 here on the show. Let me see what I got. I got plus 109, I believe. Damn, where's that Pirates game? All the way here. I got first 5 plus 109. I bet it at plus 100. Let's take a look at what that is. Also, for those of you that watched the Audible, thank you guys so much for supporting our show. But we need you all in the big 50K Pick 6 contest. And I did not get off to a good start. 2-4 on the Pick 6. Pick 6. Let me just undo that here. Let me just give you the link. There's still time. You can miss up to 3 weeks and still be eligible for all of the big prizes. So let's copy this link here and send it to you guys right now. Here we go. Copy and paste it. There we go. Doug Barnhouse says, thanks to Odds Market, Alex, and Flash for their soccer plays today. Went 5-1. Love hearing that. DX Filer's already on bets Yanks over 10, but was juiced. And then we have a lot of love coming towards our boy, baby Briggsy. Fatfish says Briggsy is a winner, baby. Guru Sports Bet says MLB card is crap today. If you say you have confidence in anything, you're lying. Whoa, Guru. Guru's fired up, man. Guru's fired up. Guru's fired up, man. I've not seen Guru be that fired up. There's Alec Holligan in the house. Let's love the show, man. Let's get the bag today. All right, let's get after it. Let's start capping. There's that young chilling there. There's my guy, Keith Sadler. Damn, Keith Sadler, I had the audible. I still haven't got you fixed up for the contest, but I promise you that I will. Wednesday is a good day for me with a little bit of time, and then at night, I get to do the boss, hang with the boss and the sauce, and there's Big Ragu right there. 400 is on Diamondbacks, Giants, San Francisco under Rays, Cardinals. I will copy and paste that. All right, copy and paster. And there's Augustine Gonzalez says, love that show. Thank you for joining us, Augustine. All right, let's get to work. And let's let the wonderful news from Baby Briggs roll us into this card. Coming off a nice day. So my records have improved sort of across the board there. You know, that's when you know you have a bad record, when one good day changes it. So let's first, Rafa, start with that NFL record. That NFL record after week one in the books. You know, I'll take it. 6-6. If you had offered me 6-6 down 0.25 units, I traditionally do bad week one. I would have taken it. You know, and I just do bad. I do poorly there. And then a nice little 4-1 day in MLB. Now that record's still ugly, but why don't we pop that up, Rafa? There's the MLB record. Get that up there. And there that is. So let's keep rolling. Let's keep fixing things. Let's keep rolling. Super Cisco says, won some money on the Pick 6 contest. Really happy about that. Seriously, you won the week one? You went 6-0? Let me get this quickly here. Oh my God, there's Cisco Kid. 6-0. Wow, great job. Oh, that makes me so happy. So we will be celebrating you on our show tomorrow. There's Cisco Kid in the house. Chad Casan says, any Vegas guys in the chat downtown tonight? Yeah, let's get the Vegas team together and let's get to work right now on this card. Let's start with that Yankees game. We did not spend much time on it. We did not know who is going to be pitching for the New York Yankees, and it is Cortez Jr. With that announcement, since the announcement of the line, money come rolling in on the Yankees, as it should. Let's see what this total is. This total opens at 11 and still is at 11. There's been a move towards the under, though, a 15-cent move towards the under. Let's take a look at the lineups. Mally Mouse says Yankees money line. Big Ragu says Cisco Kid is a friend of mine. Yeah, man. And Cisco Kid eating. And yeah, we talked about that trade, DX Filer. We talked about that trade, Demaryius Thomas to the Jets. Oh, you think it's because of Gronk's post? So that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Paul Taylor says, I've left baseball behind in NCAA football and NFL. We're back. MLB taking too much money. You just saw my record. It's shit. Dave Jr. Smile says, Yankees money line, Braves money line, Dodgers money line, Braves money line. Oh, we have Braves money line twice there. But yeah, I get you. Parlay for the day. I will copy and paste that. Big Ragu says, Rays money line. We on that? Yes. Those are my only two plays. I'm on the Rays -1 and the Pirates first 5. Let's see what sort of additions we have. And we'll have Drew Martin joining us shortly here. Okay, let me get that up. And let me look at that. Shears, my guy Shears Talat says, I really like Rays money line and cards under 13. Jamel Wright says, no Judge, but who cares? Mally Mouse says, Cortez is trash, but so is Jackson. Let's take a look at these lineups right now. Here we go. For the Yankees, Torres, Gardner, Sanchez, Encarnacion, Gregorius, Urshela, Ford, Frazier, and then Tyler Wade in right field. For the Tigers, Reyes, Castro, Cabrera, Candelario, Lugo, Stewart, Demerit, Griner, and Jordy Mercer. Mally Mouse says, lay +1.5 Tigers. They'll still lose. Alec Holligan says, how are you feeling about the Brewers tonight? We're going to get to that game quickly. DX Fly says, I missed the audible, but yeah, they're definitely opening a spot for Gronk. Really? That's wild if that's what is going to happen. And we have the big guy Bubba coming in with his parlay right now. +820. There we go. Let's copy and paste that. +820. I guess I don't want to be anywhere near this game. You know, I guess I don't want to be anywhere near this game. There's my guy, Jonathan Such says, I'll be on all day tomorrow with some fire plays, going deep in research tonight. Get that money today, boys. Good luck. Much love to Jonathan Suchi. Ski Prophet says, no boss in the sauce tonight. Isn't that Wednesday? Yes, that's Wednesday. Sorry if I said it was tonight. But yeah, I just meant I had more time on Wednesday until my night show with the boss and the sauce. Bigger Goose says, Brewers are a favorite. We're going to get that quickly. You know what? To be honest with you guys, the only move that I would make would be on the Tigers. And I don't want to see what Edwin Jackson does against this lineup. So then we move towards the total, and we've already seen this move towards the under. And, this is the kind of... Jay Scum saying, I'm on Cards money line. Got to fade the Rockies even at home tonight. That was a play from our Teddy Covers as well. I'm going to stay off Yankees-Tigers. The Yankees have nothing to play for. Tigers already at 100 losses. Edwin Jackson, Cortez. What are you going to do here? And I can understand if you guys want to back the Yankees here. I don't want to. The weather's 11 miles per hour in. Let's see, did that change throughout the day at all on RotoWire? Yes, it's now 9 miles per hour right to left on RotoWire. And Cortez is going to be in for a second, and then Cesar comes in, and he can get some outs here. Comic Ricky says Tigers deserve no action, and he is absolutely right. Let's move on to Braves Phillies. This was an interesting breakdown from earlier on our morning show. Acuna, Albies, Freeman, Donaldson, Camargo, Swanson, Cervelli, Austin, Riley back in action. Then for the Phillies, Segura, Real Muto, Harper, Hoskins, Kingery, Dickerson, Hernandez, Rodriguez. Fried coming off a spectacular game. Does he keep that rolling? That's the question. Does he keep that rolling? I don't know if he does. Let's see what's happened. More money coming in on the Braves all day. So much money that it feels like the Phillies are the spot. Also feels like I don't want to take the Braves at minus 170 on the road. There's Matt Randall in the house. Says, thank you all for the get well gift. We are all eating it now as we sit on our new general floor room. No more ICU. The mass was also benign. No cancer. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. How good does that make you feel reading that? Man, just want to soak in that. That just is so nice to read, Matt. It makes us so happy. And we open the show talking about you. And it just feels real good. Just feels really good to hear that. And much love to you and your family and the enormous future that you all have together. So much love to you. Comic Ricky says, best day of the news. Joe and Isi said, prayed for you. There's so many of us, we're doing that, and feels good. Alfonso Acosta says, I see the Braves bats taking a break today. Jay Scum says, I took Philly first 5, but I don't feel confident backing them. The only look would be Philly's first 5 at this point, but look at that huge move. Jermel Wright says, don't like the Braves lineup tonight, but don't like Vargas either. All of that makes sense to me. I'm not making the move now if we could have got it 40 cents cheaper with the Braves earlier. There's our guy, Bob Lee, Swag, Apollo this, Polo that, Alex Ramirez, everybody giving love. And there's Paco Healy, who sent the package. Just, it's so wonderful to be rolling with such great guys, man. Such great guys. There's my guy, Dion Davis in the house. And Matt Randall, Taint is the Pirates. Taint play of the day is the Pirates money line. Guru Sports says, if you like Braves, Fried's been solid, but Phillies have better numbers versus Fried than Braves do versus Vargas, but you really want to step in front of a team who's 18-3 last 21? Perfectly put, Guru. Perfectly put. Let's just move on. Dodgers, Orioles. So I was almost going to make this bet earlier today on the Orioles first 5. Then I read Ant's tweet, and Ant said, if you're going to take the Orioles, wait. Look at how hard the Dodgers are being pounded. And they were just getting pounded. So the Dodgers open up. Oh, sorry, I'm using Pinnacle opening lines right now because I switched it over because of football. Let's move back to Bet Online opening lines. There we go. Bet Online opening lines. Lock that in. You can switch who you want as your line opener here at sportsbookreview.com on the SBR odds page. There's Hako Schofield. There's Ron Crawford. There's Brad Hansen. Says, good morning from Aussie. Love seeing that. Thank you for joining us from Australia. Our guy, Brad Hansen. Super Cisco has Phillies Braves first 5 over 5.5. Max Fried has been touched. Nasty Nate says, Jimmy, what number are you in the contest? I don't know what number, but I'm down 1 point. Oh, I guess it must be more than 1.37 units. Because I lost on the Broncos. I'd have to check, but it's not good. Omar J. Legend says, Jimmy, what's your pick of the day? I would say I'd roll with Ragu on the Rays -1. Rays -1. I just think they end up getting the job done. Or, you know what? No, I like the Pirates first 5. I like them both a lot. And they're the only 2 plays I've met. But let's see. Do I have the kind of balls that can make a move on these Baltimore Orioles? So if I wanted the Baltimore Orioles on the first half money line, it was plus 230 earlier. It's now plus 270. Plus 288 at Bookmaker. Wow. And if I want them plus a half, I'm getting plus 188. Plus a half. Plus 188. Playoff Street says Dodgers burn me first 5 all the time. Guru says lots of love for Pirates because of Cueto first start back, but does Keller really give you confidence? Take a team in nearly even money. It's been awful the last month. Hey, they're starting to play better. Bigger Goose says me and Jimmy both doing 4, but I gave out winners in the chat. Hey, it's week 1. Oh, there's Shadows action. Philadelphia, Arizona, San Francisco, Washington, all full game money line, and Oakland, Houston, full game under 10. That's a copy and paster from our guy, Shadow. All right, I'm going to make a move here. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to take this Orioles first 5. I'm going to take Block to step up. He knows he has a chance at a rotation. This is a first round pick from 2016 or 24. I mean, this is not a long time ago. I'm going to make a move here. And if I don't, I'll just beat myself up. Walker Buehler. The Orioles have never seen Walker Buehler. Do the Dodgers get up for this game? Look, I can understand why everyone's hammering the Orioles, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take +0.5 with these Baltimore Orioles. And there's Michael W. says, never underestimate the power of prayer. God bless everyone. Thank you, Michael W. Yes, we have our guy, Briggsy, going to be back home in a couple days, which makes us so happy. Pink Eye Genius says, if you take O's first 5 and Tigers first 5, one of those has to hit. Well, I don't know about has to, but I get it. And Brad Hansen says, I took Braves money line. Guru deserves that award. And Dave Jr. Smile says, how long until NHL is back on the ice, Jimmy? 22 days. All right, I'm going to make a move here. I'm taking Block and these Orioles first 5 +0.5. And I'm getting +190 at Will Hill. +190. Book it. First 5 +0.5 +190. All right, I'm in. I am in. Stack Guap, ready to get to work. Von Burgess says Dodgers smash. We'll see if they do. Block was always good against the Dodgers when he was a San Francisco Giant. Maybe this blows up in my face, but I'm going to take it. All right, let's keep rolling. That's my first edition of this late card, and I got a much, much better line waiting. And thank you for Ant for making that clear. Of course, that was clear. Red Sox, Blue Jays. I was leaning to the under 10.5, and then I got scared. With these bullpens, and I thought maybe I should take first 5, and then I was just humming and hawing. I didn't have time to revisit it today because I was focusing on the Audible. Top Set says, Jimmy, we're on cards. First 5 run line. Nats first 5 team total over 2. Thank you for sharing. Dear Slayer Ski says, WNBA playoffs tomorrow. Yes, they are on tomorrow. We're going to need somebody to come in and sort of guide us towards that because I've been just basically tailing this whole WNBA season, tailing this whole WNBA. Kevin Pine says Taint. Yes, Taint is Pirates money line. Let's see what market moves we've had in this spot. Red Sox, Blue Jays. Also, let's see these lineups for Orioles, Dodgers. Dodgers, Pollock, Freese, Taylor, Bellinger, Hernandez, Seager, Will Smith, Jock Peterson, Gavin Lux. Peterson, Seager. They have 4 lefties in the lineup against a lefty. For the Orioles, VR, Mancini, Santander, Nunez, Ruiz, Alberto, Williams, DJ Stewart, Chance, Cisco. Let's get after it. Steve Cordero says, no, Jimmy, no. Danny Almendarez says, I got you, Jimmy, WNBA. Thank you. I love that. And Gerald Martinez giving it first play. Sky over Mercury is from Gerald Martinez already. Gerald Martinez is going to copy and paste that. All right, let's get back to this Red Sox spot. I got to move faster. That is right under Top Sets. Cardinals, first 5 run line. And Nats, first 5 team total over. All right, let's take a look at this right now. Red Sox, Jays. Full game, money lines, and totals. Here we go. Full game, money lines, and totals. Opened at 10.5, now at 10. What a joke. Why didn't I take this at 10.5? Because I was afraid of the bullpens? Stupid. But I still have that 5.5 that's gone on to the over. So strange. Why would they be sitting here saying Eovaldi and Zoik are going to get touched? How does that make sense? So the full game comes down and the first 5 goes up? How does that make any sense? What? So they like these 2 bullpens? I mean, to me, I don't understand how that makes any sense. Marcellus Wallace on the first 5 under 5.5. Boston, Toronto -110. Hako Schofield says, don't do it, Jimmy. Teddy B said, Jimmy, be careful with the Brewers. One of my sources put big money on the Marlins first 5 money line. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not on it yet, but thank you for telling me that, Teddy. Look at Marcellus Wallace, 4-1-1, pick 6, week 1. Love it. There's Omar Yog in the house. Love seeing that. Mally Mouse says, Boston under, don't overthink it. Well, I want Zoik And I want Eovaldi. I don't want to trust the bullpens here. I don't want to trust the bullpens here. I don't know why this first 5 is going up. But I'm not going to let it scare me. Let's go to first half totals. You're saying there's going to be 7 runs in this game? 5 dimes dropping a 6 on the first 5. I mean, you can get 5.5 at plus 100, or you can get 6 at minus 120. Force them to score 7 runs early. And Bookie Lovers Q saying Block has reverse splits. Lefties hit 400 versus him. Righties hit 328. Let's see if those reverse splits were there as well last year, but I do vaguely remember that. Very small sample size. Lance Rose says Miami, a live dog here. Beans Boy Twan says I got a lock of the day coming up. Pink Eye Genie got the full game under 10.5. You know what? I'm going to take this first 5 under 6. First 5 under 6 minus 120. That is available at 5 dimes. First 5 under 6 and minus 120. Alco Schofield says Fade block. My block, your block, our block. Adi says Wise, Pirates, Giants, total 8.5. We're going to get to that very soon. Let's go Diamondbacks, Mets. Do we all feel like this is a bounce back spot for the Diamondbacks? Go to full game, money lines and totals. Man, getting scared adding 2 plays, Orioles first 5 and then that first 5 under 6. That does scare me. Diamondbacks, Mets. This total opened up at 8, juice to the over. It's now juice to the under. Wheeler opens up at minus 130. He's now at minus 126. Do we really think that Wheeler's just going to be bad moving forward? Because I don't. I find that tricky to believe that he's just going to be bad. I mean, he usually comes on second half of the year. I feel like this is a kind of coin flip game that I should be staying away from. Let's take a look at Zack Wheeler now right here. Zack Wheeler. Last 2 starts were tough spots at Philly, at Washington, and he looked great. 1 earned run. Not striking out a lot of guys, but getting them out. Raven in the Desert says D-backs and over. Omar Yog, what do you think of the game? A's, Astros. We're going to get there very soon. I'm going to speed up this pace. Playoff Street says Diamondbacks are pass. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pass. DX Father says this card kind of weak today. Don't feel the need to bet on positions you aren't solid on. I feel that. And and Alec Holligan is Brewers, Diamondbacks, Rays parlay today. I'll copy and paste that. Joe Anisi says if you watched Wheeler, he got very lucky only to give up a couple runs. And Teddy B says Chase Anderson got rocked by the Marlins this last outing. Yeah, he did. All right, I'm gonna stay off this. I don't feel like there's a big enough edge. Melly Mouse says Wheeler at 3Ks last start equal fade. I can understand it, but I'm just gonna stay off. Keith Sadler like in Lynn and Texas today, so he's going up against me and Big Ragu in that spot. All right, I'm not making a move. So I'm off Diamondbacks, Mets. Let's go on to Brewers Marlins. We've already seen one of Teddy B's boys, and we've seen some giant bets from Teddy B's boys. We're talking, 25K, 50K bets here. And somebody like him, Marlins early. Anderson opens up at minus 190. He's now at minus 180. This total opens up at 9, now at 8.5. I'm not entirely sure what you're going to get from Anderson, but Eliza Hernandez has been much better at home than he has been on the road. Milwaukee's won 4 straight, but against weak competition. Trent Grisham looks good, though. They've added him to the lineup. Also, Grandal always plays good against these Miami Marlins. He was a star at Miami Hurricanes. Let's see what we're getting lineup-wise in this spot. Milwaukee, Kane, Grandal, Yelich, Thames, Bronze, Vandenberg, Perez, Shaw. For the Marlins, Rojas, Brinson, Cooper, Castro, Alfaro, Diaz, Dean, Sierra, and Hernandez. I guess this is going to be another look-away spot for me where I just stay off. Guru says D-bats will fix a bad pitcher real quick. Pink Eye Genie says anytime I've seen Torey Lovullo answer questions about offense, the next game they rake. They think they will be fine. Anthony L. in now says Marlins are not good at baseball. And they aren't. They aren't good at baseball. Daniel Menderes liking a Raves, Cards, Moneyline, Parlay. Von Burgess says Marlins are an auto fade. Are we... Shaquille Bell, Milwaukee, first half run line, minus 135 is the play. I don't want to have my card filled with big road favorites this time of year. I'm just going to stay off of it. Let's move on to Nationals Twins. Anibal Sanchez up against Jose Barrios. 77 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 6 miles per hour out to right. Let's take a look at these lineups. For the Nationals, Turner, Eaton, Rendon, Soto, Kendrick, Cabrera, Zimmerman, Gomes, Robles. For the Twinkies, Reyes, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, Garver, Adrianza, Astudillo, and Lamont Wade. We got Wade in center field and Scope. That's not that strong of a Twins lineup. Sanchez, capable of getting soft contact. Barrios, You never know when he's going to step up. He has not looked very good lately. Won just one of his last 6 starts. Got the loss at Boston on Wednesday. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 home runs by Mookie. Nationals coming off 9-4 victory against Atlanta on Sunday to avoid the 4-game sweep. Then they have the day off. Sanchez began the season 0-6, had an 8-game winning streak snapped in his last start, 8-4 loss to the Mets. He did not look good either. Neither of these guys look good. Anthony else has values on the Nationals, but I'm off the game. Let's take a look at what we're talking about market-wise here in this Nationals-Mets spot with these Nationals. I'll flick my bick on the Mets. Not applicable says fade the Twins tonight from the 5-10 like in the Nationals money line. Playoff streets, though, says Twins for sure. Opened at 10, this total now at 10.5. It was heavily juiced to the over, so that's not a big deal. Barrios and the Twinkies open at minus 140, and they're still at minus 140. Yeah, I don't know when Barrios is going to step up, but is he going to against this lineup? It does feel like there's some value with these Nationals. Turner, Eaton, Rendon, Soto, Kendrick, Cabrera, Zimmerman, Gomez, Robles. You know, I know that this Twinkies lineup is going to break or has broken the home run record, but do we trust Barrios? Let's take a closer look at Barrios. Let's take a closer look at Barrios here. See go through his game log and see exactly what the hell's going on with them. Here we go. Twinkies versus the Nationals. Going to take a closer look at Jose Barrios right here. And that's what we are doing. Barrios and the Twins. Last 7 days, 5 innings in that bad start against at Boston. He's not looked good in a while. At the White Sox, allows 3 runs in 6 innings. At home versus the Tigers, he allows 5 runs in 5 1/3. You know, let's go back to what this total has done. Go back to what this total has done here at Sportsbook Review. This total opened at 10 and went to 10.5. That makes sense to me. My guy K. McGill says Nats money line seems so tasty. Teddy B says Dave LA's on the Nats. Jorge don't plays on the Nats. Lance LaRose leaning to the Nats. Full game over. Mally Mallow on Nats money line and the over. Christopher Comentini says Barrios pitched well against. I think he's going to finish that sentence soon. I do. I think that the Nats are the spot here. I think the Nats are the spot here. But do we trust Sanchez? I mean, is he as vulnerable as Barrios is being? It looks like Barrios is dealing with some fatigue here, some arm fatigue. Let's take a look at Sanchez and see what he's doing here. Sanchez looked terrible last start, but he had looked okay in 2 starts in a row. Shut down the Cubs in Chicago, had an okay start against the Marlins, and then got touched by the Mets. And he didn't have great numbers against the Mets anyways. Why don't we go to Daily Baseball and see what these guys do here against the opposition? Here we go. There's Brewers Marlins. Here we go. Against the Nats, Sanchez, 309 average, 1,000 OPS. Barrios has a small sample size against the Nats. I don't trust either pitcher here. I don't touch. Oh, look at that. Raven in the Desert says, Alec Hooligan is my second son here in Vegas. I like his insights already, Raven in the Desert. Thank you for getting him in the squad. Bookie Lover Q says Sanchez has bad numbers. Von Burgess says I'm on the Twins. Kevin Pine says wind blowing 13 miles in. I have 66 miles out to right. Let's see what RotoWire has. I don't have that at all. Yeah, no, that's not the case. In Minnesota, here at RotoWire, we have 5 miles per hour. And that's left to right. I have it out to right 6 miles per hour. I think the over is in play. And I think it's these starters that are vulnerable. I think the over is in play. Let's just take a look at when it moved to 10.5. All right, here we go. Looking at line history. It moved to 10.5. Okay, so Pinnacle opened at 10.5. It was there for 5 or 10, and then 5 minutes it went to 10.5. Then it went back down to 10, and it was back at 10 for 5 minutes until it was back at 10.5. All right. I'm going to jump on the over here. That's what I can trust. I'm going to jump on the over 10.5 here. Over 10.5. Let's see what I'm getting. Totals here, full game. Over 10.5 in this national spot. I'm getting minus 105. That's available at Pinnacle. Over 10.5, minus 105. All right, let's keep rolling. Chad Castana says, Raven, can I be your third son? I like that a lot. Guru says, one of the worst travel spots of the year for the Mets. Sanchez last start, he still got smashed. Interesting. I'm fine with the over. I'm going to stick with the over. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling and try to speed up the pace a little bit here because I would love just to touch on some of these leans I have in NFL. Okay, Rays -1. Look, I like Lance Lynn at home. Yarbrough's a beast. I think the Rays can get there. If they get there late, they still get there. And Huge Johnson. Huge Johnson with that huge hammer of his is on the Twins money line in the under 10.5. Thank you for sharing that with us, Huge. That does not make me feel good. All right, so I'm on Rays -1. Let's move on. Poppy was on the Royals here. We saw this huge... Oh, was it the Royals here? No, was he on the White Sox? Damn, I'm forgetting what exactly Poppy was on. I just have that he was on this game. My mistake. I'll have to look at his Twitter. I did tweet it out. Junis Nova. This total opened at 9. It's now at 9.5. And we saw a big move earlier to Junis on the road. And that... Sorry, let's go to money lines here. Did that continue? It did. It did. Oh, no, it came back a little bit. Junis opened up +120, now +104. I don't know who to trust. Funny Bones liking Indians money line here. Mally Mouse is under with Nats pen. No way. Fat Fist says Phillies fisted me last night. Anthony L says value with Rangers, but pass. Jungle Boy says Rays good at home. Well, Rays are average at home. Where they're great is on the road. 43-27. And Melvin Batten says Poppy was on the White Sox team total over. Poppy was on, and yeah, Jamel Wright backing that. You know what? I don't mind Junis, and I liked his last start. Nova's not looked good in his last 2 starts. Lance LaRose on White Sox money line. I'm just going to stay off this Royals White Sox spot. I don't want to make a move on these bad teams. Let's go over to A's Astros. Been a lot of talk about this spot. A's Astros. A's open up +162. They're now +146, a 16-cent move towards them. Let's take a look at this total here with the Rourke on the mound. And is Rourke going to get touched? Is Miley going to get touched? This is a game. So first off, I think Rourke's making a run at being the A's pitcher in that wild card game, but I don't know if I want to make a move. Jace Gum did take the White Sox money line, and same with Lance LaRose. Brooke Jordan on Indians first 5. We're going to move over to that soon. A's Astros, though. What Miley has not looked very good lately. Got destroyed in his last start. Do I want to back him? No. And do I want to fade the Astros? No. This to me is just a stay away game. Although I like Rourke, this Astros lineup is smashing. Springer, Altuve, Brentley, Bregman, Alvarez, Diaz, Toro, Trinos, Reddick. I looked at that lineup yesterday and I was like, look at the bottom half of that lineup. They get 11 runs in the first 2 innings. Oakland, Simeon, Chapman, Olsen, Kanya, Pinder, Davis, Profar, Sean Murphy, Grossman. This is going to be another stay-off game for me. Keith Siler says Rourke's been good. Guru Sportsbet says values with the A's, but do you want to go up against Houston Bats? Exactly. Levi Kressler liking the Rays money line and the over in the Mets game. Lugo isn't going to pitch tonight. Rest of the bullpen is well shaky at best. You're absolutely right. Raven in the Desert's got the under in the Astros game. Jungle Boy says Houston hot. I don't see them slowing down. And Jace Gum said I wouldn't stand in front of the Astros. They're rolling. I agree with that. Kevin Pine liking the Marlins A's first half parlay. We know that's going to pay. Off. All right, that's a game I'm not on. Drew Martin joining us in 6 minutes. We'll see what he's on. Cardinals at Rockies. Waka, Gonzalez. Seen a lot of people backing Waka and the Cardinals. And I don't know if I want to do that either. Let's take a look at the game log for both of these 2 pitchers. Here we go. Moving over to this Cards-Rockies game. So I understand this time of year backing a team that's fighting like the Cardinals and fading a team that doesn't care like the Chichi Gonzalez-led Rockies. But still, I don't know if I want to make that move. Chichi coming off a really good start at L.A. So he gets lit up for 7 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning at home versus Pittsburgh. At home, his numbers are ridiculous. 11.17 ERA, 2.38 whip. But what gives you confidence going into L.A. and shutting them down? Is he going to do that again here? I don't know. And then do you want to back Waka here? Let's take a closer look at Waka. On the road, Waka's got a 5.40 ERA, 1.62 whip. He's also looked much better of late, but still they're not letting him go deep in the games. Waka has looked much better than late. Muhammad Joma says Cards own the Rockies. Shout out to Muhammad Joma for another Play of the Day winner on our show in last night's first half under. And we both cashed on the total in that game. He was on first half under. I was on full game over. God, I love that shit. Muhammad Jones says they will score a bunch in this game. From the 5-10 says everybody's on the Cardinals. I don't trust Walker even though he is playing better. And I guess I kind of like where you guys are looking at that under. Why don't we take a look at lineups and see what we're dealing with here? For the Cardinals, Fowler, Wong, Goldschmidt, Ozuna, DeYoung, Molina, Edmund, Bader. For the Rockies, Story, Blackman, Arenado, Murphy, McMahon, Tapia, Hilliard, Walters, Gonzalez. Brooke Jordan on St. Louis money line. DX Filers back in Waka. From the 5-10 says Waka, usually high-scoring games. Keith Sadler on the under. Anthony Al says you can't lay this much juice in Waka and in a game with a total of 13.5. Take plus money in high variance spots like this. I agree with that, but I wouldn't be surprised if these guys, both Chichi and Waka, have okay starts here. That wouldn't shock me. This total opened at 8, it's now at 7.5. It's still at 8. Are we going to see 9 runs in the first 5 innings? Are we? Mally Miles on the first 5 under 8. And you know what? I'm going to join him. 84 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour in. It's not going to be hot and sticky. The wind's coming in. I'm going to roll with my guy Mally Mal on this. There's only 1-8 left, and that's at Intertops. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this first 5 under 8. First 5 under 8, and I'm getting minus 115 at Intertops. First 5 under 8, a minus 115. And, folks, that is my first under in the entire season that I've taken in Colorado, right there. DX Files, I'm not actually backing Waka. I just feel like quoting Fozzie Bear. Okay. I respect that. Super Cisco liking that under. And Bookie Lover says, change your thinking. Playoff team's not playing around. I get it. Okay, I'm on the Pirates first 5. I have a question whether or not Cueto's going to look good off the hop. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I expect him not to look good. If he has a nice start, I'll tip my cap to him. I don't think he's going to. Let's see what I could get Pirates first 5 right now at. I got him at plus 109. If I wanted him right now, plus 112 available bookmaker. Wow, and that's 7 cents better than everywhere else. That's surprising. All right. Mally Mouse says, Chi-Chi, got to have confidence at pitching well against the Dodgers. I agree. Mohammed Joma says, Molly, good call, says 8 is a tough number to get to in 5 innings, no matter what the circumstances are. And Alex Ramirez coming in with his Spidey play today. Alex Ramirez backing these New York Metropolitans. I will copy and paste that. And Mally Mouse says project 4 to 5 runs in this spot. Bobby Lee Swagga in the house says last time I took it under in Colorado, there were 7 runs in the top of the first. Oh, no. And we know the team play today is these Pittsburgh Pirates. Chase Gum says I took Pirates Giants first 5 over because I expect both starters to give up runs early. God, I need Mitch Keller to step up for me. Then we have a couple games left on. Actually, we have 3 games left on this card. And we're going to have Drew Martin joining us shortly. So when Drew is here, we'll take a look at them. Why don't we start with the Indians at Angels? Zack Wheeler versus Jose Suarez. The Indians are hitting 251, 748 versus lefties. Angels are hitting 255, 771 OPS versus righties. Let's see if we can get some lineups and see if Mikey Fish is in the lineup. And he's not. This is the Angels lineup. Goodwin, Fletcher, Otani, Upton, Calhoun, Simmons, Jared Walsh at first, Rengifo at second, and Bemboom behind the plate. We do not have an Indians lineup yet. Let me try and refresh this and see if we can get one. We do not have a lineup. We don't have lineups in Pittsburgh, San Francisco either. No lineups there. Let's take a look. And from the 5-10s also on that Pittsburgh San Francisco under. Guru says if you think Cueto will be bad, I agree, but do you really want Keller? I do. Funny Bone says no Trout. Alec Holligan backing these Cleveland Indians, and I agree. Backing them. Zach Plesac, 7 and 6, 3.98 ERA, 1.25 whip. Let's take a closer look at both Suarez and Plesac and what they've done lately, because Plesac started to get touched. And when he was getting touched, I was like, man, is he dealing with this issue here? Is he dealing with some shoulder fatigue here? Let's take a look at Plesac. And we know that Suarez is coming off a better start for him. Plesac last start got destroyed. At home versus the White Sox, 6 earned runs. Before that, he allowed 4 earned runs at Tampa. Is he going to have a turnaround start? I don't know if you can trust that. And then we have Suarez finally coming off of a good start. Let's take a closer look at Jose Suarez here. Suarez last start against at Oakland, 2 earned runs and 5 in the third. And we know those Oakland bats smash lefties. Not applicable. Von Bridges says Cleveland smash. Lance Rose, LA team total under. Bookie Lever Q talking about no Pujols, no Trout. Brooke Jordan on the Indians first 5. Guru says those 1-3 with 8.18 ERA are so enticing. I know, jump the chance to back those guys. Guru making fun of me. Guru, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I love that 8 ERA because it gives me a better price on the number one prospect in the Pirates organization. And you know I've been repeating that over and over again. Look, I'm backing Mitch. We'll see if it blows up in my face. Keith Sadler says no Trout, no Pools. Now I lean Indians. Let's see what this total is because it doesn't seem to matter who's been going up against Plesac. He's been getting touched. Oh, and of course, we don't know the Indians lineup yet. Let's look at what the market has done with this spot here. That's first 5 into a full game. Money lines and totals here at sportsbookreview.com. Here we go. Plesac and the Indians opening up at minus 135. They're now minus 142. This total opened up at 9.5. It's now at 10. I don't care that there's no... Well, I would like Trout in the line if I'm going to take an over. But I still think that Plesac can get touched. Let's take a look at when this move happened right now. At Pinnacle, it was 9.5 this morning. Okay, so if it's 9.5 this morning, I'm not going to take this 10. But since that lineup's been announced, there's been no change. I don't know. We'll see what Drew Martin has to say about it. Boogie Lover Q saying KC line getting hammered. Funny Bone says Indians 62-28 against sub 500 teams. For up to 510s on the Cleveland LA full game under. Okay, maybe that'll be enough to make me stay off of it. Maybe the Nasty Nate says, what was the play on the Yankees game? There was no play for me. In fact, I would take the Tigers early. Do you trust this Yankees lineup? No Judge in it. The Yankees have very little to play for. And we have Cortez starting and then moving over to Sessa. I don't want anything to do with it. I guess I'll stay off this Indians-Angels spot at this point. We still have Cubs, Padres, and Reds-Mariners to break down. And we already know that Parlay Poppy is backing these Mariners. Bookie Lover Q giving us the final score of 7-4 Indians. Let's bring in our guy, Drew Martin, now making his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Drew Martin joining us on this Tuesday afternoon from Vegas. How you doing today, Drew?
Jimmy, what's up, buddy? I'm doing pretty good, man. And for whatever reason, my main computer didn't want to work right now, so I'm on my backup. So hopefully everything's okay. But overall, ready to break down some MLB, some college football, wherever you want to go, man. Shout out to all the low baggers out there.
It's great to have you here. Why don't we just touch on this Cubs-Padres game before we make it? Are you making a move on Cubs-Padres?
Yeah, actually I am. I it's the one game I have bet for today's slate. Got on the Padres, big plus price here, plus 150-ish, a couple hours ago actually, and Bolanos on the hill. A high upside guy, not necessarily their top prospect, but Jimmy, as you know, a high velocity guy. His first time out went 6 innings, 2 earned, and more importantly, only 2 walks. So he did have his control throughout the game. That's something I look at for younger guys. And Quintana, not really on his game right now. In 2 of his last 3 starts, he's given up 4 earned runs. So also the fact that, the Padres are pretty solid against lefties. So I think we got a shot here with the underdog in Petco Park. We know the Cubs have struggled away from Wrigley, pretty much all this whole season. So I think that, the most value on today's card that I found is on the Padres. So I did bet him at a plus 150 price tag.
Wow, we've seen a giant move towards the Cubbies, but after watching last night's game, you can imagine why that happened. Even at Pinnacle opened the Cubbies at minus 128, and now they're sitting at minus 171. Padres are available at big prices right now. Wow. Drew, not scared about going up against that. Let's see if we've got lineups up for this spot. Do we? And we have a Cubbies lineup. Let's see if we have a Padres lineup. Let me see if we can no, we don't. But for the Cubbies, we have Zobrist, Schwarber, Castellanos, Rizzo, Bryant, Contreras, Hayward, Horner, who had a nice debut. And then we have Quintana. We will see who the Padres lineup is. I'm certainly not going to jump on these Cubs after this huge spot market move towards them. I don't want them here, so I'm not going to make a move now. Hugh Johnson says, what happened to the background? Hard times. Don't worry, NBA, NHL around the corner. No, it's just that Drew has just moved to Vegas. He's not grumbling. He's just moved to Vegas, huge. Just moved to Vegas. Bookie Lover Q says Padres don't care. Bookie Lover Q says, Drew, you've been partying too much. Padres? A lot of people questioning your look on the Padres, but you're certainly getting a nice price on them now. So I can understand backing that. And they do hit lefties. They do have lefties. 257, 786 OPS versus lefties. Bolanos, as you said, hits 100 miles on his fastball. $2 million signing bonus 2017 out of Cuba. He's done a lot already this year in the minors. Started at high A Lake Elsinore, then moved to double A Amarillo, and he looked very good. He looked very good in that first start. But I'm not going to make a move on this Cubs-Padres game. Keith Sadler says under in the Cubs-Padres game. That total opened up at 8.5 and is now up at 9. I'm just going to stay off that spot. And then the last game we haven't fully capped on this show is the Reds-Mariners. And I just don't want anything to do with any Bauer starts. And I actually think that Sheffield could have a nice start, and so could Bauer. That wouldn't surprise me if Bauer has a nice start. Do you have any look on this Reds-Mariners spot, Drew?
I don't really, have too good of a feel on Bauer right now. I'm not necessarily interested in backing the NL team in an AL ballpark, especially laying a price with it here. So I've stayed off, but if you made me bet it, I'd be on another underdog here. I'd look towards the Seattle Mariners at a plus price, Jimmy.
I also like these guys to have nice starts. I really do. I believe we do have lineups for this game, and we do. For the Reds, Blandino, Votto, Suarez, Aquino, Iglesias, Irvin, Galvis, Peraza, Barnhart. For the Mariners, Gordon, Nola, Seager, Murphy, Vogelbach, Lewis, Lopez, Malik Smith, Dylan Moore. You know what? I understand why this total went from 9.5 to 9, and I'd like it to go under. I really do. I think Bauer has a nice start on the West Coast. I know he's been a difficult guy to trust, but for 5 innings against that weak Mariners lineup, and look how bad this Reds lineup looks right now. What do you think about backing the under and getting 2 nice performances from Bauer and Sheffield?
I think it could be there, but it's just, both of these pitchers, Bauer, like you mentioned before, is I'm just not really interested in either betting on him or against him. I feel like it's kind of a really volatile handicap. And to be honest, Sheffield isn't a guy that I bet on or against. I haven't seen him actually pitch in a while. So it's not a game that I'm really interested in getting involved with, man.
I can understand that, but I know that we're talking about a guy who's very vulnerable in Bauer, mentally unstable. I just feel like sometimes for these guys to get back on the West Coast, if they grew up on the coast, now they're back on the West Coast against an easy lineup in a pitcher's ballpark. I thought Sheffield was spectacular last start at Chicago. The start before that, he got lit up by the Yankees at home. I think that he can gain confidence off that start in Chicago. You know what? Von Burge is saying over. I don't doubt that this game could go over late, but I expect nice starts from these guys. Let's see what the Reds do against lefties. Reds rating 253, but with no power, 737 OPS. It's going to be a nice night in Seattle. It's 67 Fahrenheit, but there's no wind. I am going to make a move on this under. I do expect Bauer to throw nice and Sheffield to throw nice. This Reds team's given up, and they're not hitting. I'm going to take a first 5, under 5 here. First 5, under 5. Let's see what I can get. I only see minus 120s right now. I'm going to see what I can get. First, Ron Lofton says Seattle team total over 4. And Guru says he didn't get lit up by the Yanks. Really, he retired 13 in a row at one point. He did look really good at one point in that game. You're right, but the final numbers aren't that strong. And then he carried that over against the Cubs. I'm going to take the under 5. Minus 120 is the market. What's what it opened at. That's what it's staying at. First 5, under 5 at minus 120. I'm going to lock that in. So I've now touched on every single game on this card in this late show, and I'm locked in. So, Drew, take it away. What's another spot on this card that you're looking at?
I was looking out in the AL West, and it's a game I kind of wanted to get the low bagger's opinion on, and yours, Jimmy, in terms of the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros, Rourke versus Miley. We got a total of 10 near minus 160. Not sure if the price has moved in the last little bit. Now I'm seeing right at minus 160 on SBR odds right now. And really because Rourke's been solid. And last time he faced the Astros, he went 6 innings, 2 earned. Now, granted, it was more in a pitcher's park in Oakland. He's going to be pitching in Houston tonight. And that's what really scares me, because I want to be on the A's at a big plus price here. I just like this A's. This A's lineup, also the bullpens. I know both bullpens have been pretty good of recent, but near 800 team OPS versus lefties. Talking about this A's lineup, so I think that they could get to Miley, and also Miley, as we saw his last time out, 5 earned runs, not really recording an out. So, always in those situations, I'm not looking to really back that pitcher in his next start. So I'm looking for ways to get on the Oakland A's. I just haven't been able to pull the trigger against this Houston lineup that we've seen has been on absolute fire of late. So just kind of want to get everybody's opinion on that, but leaning towards the A's tonight.
Look at these numbers against Tanner Roark. The Astros batters 340, but with no power. Just a 404 slugging. So they're 16 for 47, but only 3 extra base hits. And those are doubles. So that's appealing to me. And then Wade Miley has great numbers against these A's, 200 with a 605 OPS, but he's not looked good lately. If I was given the free play, I'd take the A's immediately with a big smile on my face, and I enjoy every second of it. But if I'm going to take money out of my pocket, I can't go up against these Astros the way they're hitting right now. From the 510 says, don't fade Houston. Gerald Martinez says, Houston run line is the play. And Not Applicable says, Houston late. Not Applicable says, Houston late. I'm gonna stay off this spot. It makes me very uncomfortable. We have some questions from the chat, though, Drew. We have our guy, Alex Ramirez, Spidey, play of the day on the New York Mets. He wants to know what you think of it. And then here we have our guy, Alec Holligan, saying, I want to know why Alex is so tough on the Mets. What am I missing? What do you think happens in this what do you think happens in this Wheeler spot tonight? Wheeler going up against Gallen. You have an angle on this game?
Yeah, both of these pitchers, I think, can have success against the opposing lineup. And I lost on the D-backs yesterday, took them at a plus price, and just low scoring. And seeing an 8 here in the Mets at home, I could see both of these pitchers kind of going deep, looking maybe towards the first 5 under. And just, I don't know about the bullpens getting them involved. But overall, yesterday's game was low scoring. So I could see the bats kind of still being asleep here. If you made me bet it, I would look towards the under. But that's the advantage of being a sports bettor. We don't have to bet every game.
And my quantity's gone down. I mean, I took it in the drink hole last week, and then I'm coming off a 4-1 day yesterday. Was 4-0 until I got to the late show, and then I added the A's team total over, which I'm fine with. I'm fine making that move. Obviously, they didn't even score a run. Guru Sports says A's first 5, my only straight bet today. That's coming from Guru's straight fire right now. I'm going to go over my plays, and I say we move on because I've got some leans in NFL I really want to talk about. Alex Ramirez says Wheeler will shut down the Diamondbacks tonight. Wheeler will shut down the Diamondbacks tonight. And Not Applicable says, I heard Poppy's girlfriend's allergic to horsehair. Then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. But we did have wives. We did have both Kristen and Kelly, Nutflush, Alan's wife, and Bigger Goo's wife, claim that they petted Poppy's hair, and it's real. But I never saw any of that. I did not see that happen, so I don't believe it until I see it with my own eyes. This is my MLB action tonight. Not a lot of moves on this card, and one is a play that we may laugh at tomorrow. Orioles first 5 plus a half at plus 190. They have the champagne in the Dodgers clubhouse, and I don't know. I know that Bueller could easily shut these guys down. They've not seen them. I'm on the first 5 under 6. Red Sox Blue Jays. That's at minus 120. Then I'm not on the Mets game. I'm not on the Brewers game. And Nats Twins over 10.5 at minus 105. Then I'm on the Raves minus 1. The Raves minus 1. That's from the morning show. Money line minus 131. Run line at plus 120. And then three more plays actually. Wow, I guess I have more plays than I thought. I'm on the Cardinals Rockies first 5 under 8 at minus 115. I'm on the Pirates first 5 at plus 109. And then my final play on the board's the first 5 under 5 at minus 120. And Nasty Nate says Poppy has real wigs made of pubic hair. And that sounds like a business. That sounds like a small business opportunity I would invest in immediately. Pubic hair has that shine. That real hair doesn't, I should say real hair, just that top hair doesn't have. Drew Martin, I see you've got some NFL looks, and I'd love to hear them because I just got finished with the Audible, and I think I'm ready to make some moves as well. Take it away. What's the first game on your NFL card?
Yeah, I'm looking towards Buffalo here at a under a field goal going against the New York Giants. Eli Manning, you got to kind of tip your cap here, even though he's getting older. Say what you want. Jones taking over for him. He actually performed well against the Cowboys, and I lost on that game. I was on the under, and he threw 30 for 44, over 300 yards. But overall, I just think the Giants playing at home here. 1-5, 1-6-1 ATS. Their last 8 at home, Jimmy. For whatever reason, they haven't played at home. And keep in mind, Buffalo has played more games in MetLife Stadium, the Giants' home stadium, than the New York Giants have. They played against the Jets just last week, so it's very interesting scenario here. So familiarity with the stadium, plus the fact that their defense, I think you could make the argument Buffalo's defense is one of, if not the top defense in the NFL. So I think all of that kind of put together, and the fact that they find a way to win with a -4 turnover margin in week 1. I'm not necessarily in love with Josh Allen. I don't think he's an accurate enough quarterback to have a great NFL career. But behind that defense, he doesn't always have to do it and make it for his team. So overall, I think there's value here with the Buffalo Bills under a field goal favorites here, Jimmy.
I do too. I'm going to move from BetOnline because BetOnline did their openers before even week 1 for week 2. So I'm going to move over to Pinnacle Sports again for the opening lines. And Pinnacle had them at -2.5, and now they're at -2. They're at -1.5 for the bunch of books. Money coming in on the New York Giants. Does that scare you?
Not so much. No, I mean, NFL moves, especially early in the season. We'll see. To say it scares me, no, but you want to pay attention to these. And to be, fully honest, I haven't had a great read of late in college football or the NFL. I'm keeping my volume down. You talked about limiting your volume, Jimmy. I'm really limiting mine. I had one NFL play last week, looking to just have one this week. It's on the Bills. The movement, I guess, going against me, but still, overall, the look-ahead line, I think that the money over the last couple weeks has been on the Bills, so you can make an argument both ways with that.
Yeah. We're gonna call you back. I guess we're we're not in sync with your audio, so we're gonna call you right back, Drew. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go over some of my looks, and we're gonna get Drew back on the show immediately. I like the Bills, and I like the Chargers. But I do not want to sit here in week 2 and have these road favorites on, I don't want to be backing these road favorites. So we got Drew back in action, Drew. I like your look. I like your look with the Bills. I want to back them. The Giants are just a bad football team. They're Saquon Barkley and nothing else. And, I think Dak Prescott's just a game manager, and look what he did. He had a perfect passing rating or something like that. Like, if you can make Dak Prescott look like a Hall of Famer, then you're bad. So I want to back the Bills. What's your next look on the card?
In the NFL, I'm looking towards San Francisco, Cincinnati. Again, the only game I bet here is the Buffalo Bills. And shout out to the guys in the chat box making fun of my background. Again, I just moved to Vegas, and I'm using my backup computer, so a lot kind of going against me. But hopefully can find a couple winners here with the Bills and the Padres at a plus price tonight. But San Francisco, Cincinnati. I just feel like San Francisco, lucky that they played Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is a quarterback in the NFL. I'm looking to fade. Got 3 interceptions against him just last week. So I don't know. I just feel like San Francisco's kind of a little overvalued here. Plus Cincinnati, their defensive line getting after it. I feel like Andy Dalton played good, 400-plus yards. They outgained Seattle 429 to 233. Yeah, they lost, but they covered that spread by a wide margin. So with that much of a yardage advantage, I just feel like Cincinnati's the side here. Granted, I would also look towards the under. San Francisco's D-line gets after it well. They got D Ford. They got Nick Bosa on the defensive line. So I could look towards the under here, but I like Cincinnati in terms of the side.
Mohamed Joma agrees with you, and I don't. I love what I saw from the Niners defense, and who cares if we don't use that for capping this game against the Bengals? Let's say we've heard rumors Buccaneers had the flu going through them. Jameis Winston is trash. Sure. But I love that the 49ers get through that very difficult game in very tough conditions. They go right to Youngstown, Ohio, where they spend a week together without wives and girlfriends, building camaraderie. Everything changed as soon as Jimmy G started not taking risks. I like the 49ers here, but I do not want to sit here on Sunday and look at my card and it be all road favorites. Now, I know the 49ers are no longer the favorite. It swung towards the Bengals direction. But Kevin Pine says Bengals, I might go max bet. You know, we can't call it an overreaction because both teams played well and looked good last week. And maybe I just stay off of it. Maybe that's what I should do. But I like the Niners here. I absolutely like the Niners here. I'm certainly not going to make a move on the Bengals. So I love this breakdown. I love hearing what you had to say about it. But playing in Cincy is so much easier than playing in Tampa, even if Cincy's a better football team than Tampa, which they aren't on paper. We're talking about a Cincy team without their best player. I really want to back the Niners here, but I don't know if I will. Do you have any other looks on this NFL card?
NFL, no. Nothing else I'm involved in. College football, starting to up the volume this year, so ready to talk some college, but NFL, no. And if you want to wait till Friday, that's good too, man.
No, we can touch quickly on some college looks for sure, but I'm going to make a move on the Cleveland Browns, and I want to get in early. I like the over in Eagles-Falcons. I think I'm going to be making that move. Bears-Broncos, the under, just is it too easy or is that too low of a total? I don't know what to do there. Are the Rams the spot to back here? Saints, Breeze can't throw the deep ball. I'm going to need more time on that. Do we back the Steelers? I think the Steelers can easily bounce back. Cowboys, Redskins. I know a lot of people are going to be on the Cowboys. I don't think I'm going to be one of them, but I get it, and that spread's getting bigger. Do we back the over in the Patriots-Dolphins game, expecting a sloppy second half? I like the Bills, and I like the Chargers, and I like the over in San Diego, Detroit. So looking back, I guess I didn't have as many looks as I thought I had, but I think the Browns are in a great bounce-back spot, especially if Mosley is hurt. And we don't know if Mosley's hurt. I think the Browns take care of business. Dane Jr. Smiles is going to drop a little on the Dolphins money line versus Patriots. Muhammad Joma says Steelers smash. I agree with that. Corey Max says, I like the fact the Bengals have a new coach. It shows already. Marvin was terrible. I don't know why they were married to him for so long. I agree with that. Not Applicable says Jets might beat the Browns. Well, not without Mosley. Because they lose 17-0 to the Bills without Mosley on the field. So the Icon saying Mixon and Bernard going to run all over San Francisco. Black Rogue says Winston has the capability to make any team look good. And Black Rogue says love the over in Chargers Detroit, but I haven't bet anything yet. Good. I like hearing that because that's a move I'd like to make as well. Well, we're going to have to make moves soon, but I would love to hear some of your college football looks moving forward. What's jumping out at you?
How about this UCF Stanford line, Jimmy? I mean, I don't know. I'm just way off on this. I think that UCF, even after the 2-year run they've been on, is still underrated. 25-1 their last 26 games, 19-6 their last 25 games, and that's against the spread, Jimmy. In terms of making money, it's the team in any sport, any way bet. UCF has made me the most money. And I still don't think they're properly valued here, man. We got a Pac-12 team in Stanford that just got almost, I guess you could use the word blown out by USC in the second half anyway. So they're at USC, going to be traveling all the way across country, Jimmy, to play in Orlando against UCF and one of the more underrated teams in the country. Then got to go back and play at Oregon on the West Coast against Oregon. I think Stanford's heading for 3 losses in a row. I think this UCF team is way underrated. No matter who's playing quarterback, it could be Mac, Gabriel, it could be Wimbush at quarterback. They put up over 500 yards in their first 2 games. And their defensive front, which is very important in this game, is absolutely getting after it. If you watch them against FAU and compare it to FAU versus Ohio State, I think you could make the argument that UCF's defense held FAU at bay just as much as Ohio State did. So 28 consecutive games scoring 30 points or more for this UCF team. I just think that they're way underrated here, Jimmy, and the UCF Golden Knights going to cover this spread.
Interesting. Are you going to double up first half and full game, or are you just going to focus on the full game?
I personally have just bet them full game here. I jumped on them at the open at 7. I think they're up to what, 7, 7.5, even an 8 out there. So I would get on it sooner than later. Just an AAC team. This conference is underrated going up against the Pac-12 team. A lot of people think, Pac-12 out the gate here hasn't gotten off to a good start. So I think we could still take advantage of that. And again, the spot play against Stanford is there. So I played it personally full game at 7, and likely jump on again. I don't think the first half bet is a bad bet at all. I just I took it personally full game.
Muhammad Joma says UCF best bet. Stanford's conservative nature is going to kill them in this game as well. Ooh, that's a great look. You spoke about that yesterday, and now you've hammered it. I love that look. Sorry?
No, Jimmy, I just forgot one of the main points as well. Their left tackle, one of their best players, injured for Stanford as well. And it kind of just changes all that they do because they love running behind him so much. And, Stanford's such an offensive line based team, and what they do offensively with him out as well, it hurts them. So I think, even more so looking towards this UCF side. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
No worries. There's my guy, Yenny Toon, in the house giving us his football look. Says, I do like Browns and Chargers, staying away from the Bills game. I love the Panthers -6.5. I tell you, that Thursday nighter just makes me want to, I don't know, play ping pong. I do not want to bet on that Thursday nighter. I did not like what I saw from either team. So how do you take a big favorite there? And God, I hate the look of that Thursday nighter. Drew, I really like that look from UCF. I think it's a great breakdown. What's next? Oh, Black Rogue says Stafford. Sorry, Stafford. He did say Stanford quarterback, also not in a good way. They are not well. Interesting. Okay, let's make another move. What else are you looking at on this NCAA football card?
Actually, right before we got on the show, and this is a game I haven't bet yet, but am looking towards FAU, the Owls versus the Ball State team. It's 67 is the total. FAU now down to 2.5 at some points. And, this is a move here on Ball State where they're just coming off of playing Fordham, putting up a bunch of points, over 50 points. They did hang tough with a Big Ten team in Indiana. Going up against FAU, which lost to Ohio State by a pretty large margin. They did cover and then got blown out by UCF. And I just think that, going up against UCF and Ohio State, that is a tough week 1, week 2 matchup. So we got an 0-2 team going on the road, and just a more talented team. When you look at the recruiting rankings between FAU and Ball State, it's not very close. FAU has much better talent in terms of recruiting. Chris Robinson seems to be pretty healthy here. Going up against, I was doing some research on Ball State's quarterback. I think he's a redshirt junior, 6'2", from the state of Ohio. And it's just like, watching even his high school tape, I didn't see a lot of talent there going up against, Chris Robinson, who was the Oklahoma transfer. So I just think talent overall, sometimes early on in college football, even though the analytics and some guys, in terms of, an 0-2 FAU team, what's the locker room like going on the road to a MAC team, just a 2:00 afternoon game on ESPN Plus, not a lot of eyeballs, but still, I go back to talent wins a lot of the time in college football, and I think that there's just a mismatch here. So laying under a field goal, I am looking towards the Owls. Just it's a matter of kind of pulling the trigger because, 0-2 team laying points on the road is always a tough one, but sometimes, it takes some balls to make some money as a sports bettor.
It does take some balls to make the money. You haven't locked that in yet?
I haven't, just because I was doing a lot of research on, why this line is what it is, because I made my number about 9. So anytime I'm like a full touchdown off, I'm always like kind of pumping the brakes a little bit. And not to mention, I am down almost 2 units now on the season. So just with the move and everything like that, wanting to kind of just dot my I's and cross my T's before going in on this game. But it would be FAU or pass, and FAU is a side I really like this weekend.
We have a lot of people backing your look on UCF, a lot of people, and mainly our 2 guys that we're banking on and have been banking on and watching succeed in NCAA football, that being Big Ragu and DJ Big Boss. They both like your look on UCF. Big Ragu calling it a steal. This might be something I need to get on right away. I like it. Nutflush saying expecting Cueto to get hit, and this confirmed lineup for the Giants has a good look. I'm going to take the over 8.5. Over 8.5 in Pirates Giants. That might be just in time for me to make a move on it. Over 8.5 in Giants Pirates. Okay, I'm going to think about that for a second. I like your looks early. Drew Martin, can you go review the plays that you've given out on the show, and then tell us where we can find you on Twitter and what shows you have coming up this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. On Twitter, at Drew Martin Bets. Got the closing line on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern, with DJ, Big Boss, Big Ragu, Ian Cameron. We break down the whole card for an hour up to kickoff on Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern on the SBR YouTube channel. And Fridays, I'll be back same spot here on the afternoon show on Betting with the Bag. And love interacting with you guys on the chat box. So it's always fun. And for my plays, got UCF locked in, -7. There is a 7 out there still, so 7.5 at a lot of places. UCF, I think they do roll. And in the NFL, I am on Buffalo -2. And tonight in MLB, going low volume here, MLB, just one play, San Diego Padres. I got them +150. You can even get them more now, +155, +160. And full disclosure, kind of going into MLB towards the end, low volume, lowering unit size as well. So starting to focus more on football and really like that UCF play. So I would get on it earlier than later. So guys, good luck with that. And Jimmy, always fun, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, our pleasure. If you want to see Drew Martin again, right here on Friday. And that's the perfect time to have him on the Friday Late Show to give us what he's going to be banking on for the college football season. Drew, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're all excited about your move to Vegas, so keep us updated with what's going on out there, and wish you the best, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jimmy. Best of luck to you, man.
Much love, buddy. You know what? I'm going to make some moves here. First off, the first half lines are only out at a couple books. So I don't think I'm going to make a move on UCF right now. And they're all over the map here at these books. There's a -6 and a -4. So I'm going to wait till that figures itself out. But let's go full game. And let's make a move on UCF. My first look on this card. Where is it? Here we go. UCF. There is a -7 at Heritage. There's a -7 at Pinnacle. The one at Heritage is -105. So there's my first look right now on this college NCAA football card. I'm going to back UCF at -7 at -105. That's available at Heritage. Lock that in. Thank you, Viper, my guy. Thank you so much. Nutflush Allen saying, for those of you who haven't checked out Drew's closing line with Big Boss, Big Ragu, and Babano, you are missing out and you won't regret it. I agree. They're doing spectacular work. I love that show as well. And then I'm also going to tail. I'm going to take a look at this market move, but I think I'm going to tail our guy, Nutflush Allen, our San Francisco Giants expert. When he talks about the Giants and tells us what he's going to do, if he says jump, I generally say how high. So let's take a look at it right now. San Francisco Giants, Pittsburgh, opened at +8.5. We've seen, or over 8.5. We've seen quite a move, a 14-cent move towards the over, but it's still at 8.5, and I'm going to take it. Over 8.5 at -112. That's available at 5 dimes. That's my last play on this card. Over 8.5 at -112. All right, I am in, baby. I am in. So without that, Raven in the Desert still liking Norfolk. I've copied and pasted that already, Raven in the Desert. Thank you for sharing that with me. I love your big dog looks. So I'm going to copy and paste that once more. And then, without further ado, let's put a bow on this bad boy. Please welcome to the show, fresh off a giant casher in Vietnamese handball. Please welcome to the show, Freddie Fortune. Freddie, feeling good about yourself, eh?
Yes.
Feeling good about yourself.
Yes.
Rocking a Tupac shirt, coming off a big winner in Vietnamese handball. I thought that was well broken down, and we figured that these Ho Chi Minh Sleuths were in a situation where they were looking forward, not back, right? They're looking forward to a big matchup with these Ho Chi Minh women going up against Hanoi today. And we are worried about corruption in Vietnamese handball, as we should be.
Yeah.
If you're worried about corruption, maybe they let the Bin Din women whom you despise, maybe they let them cover.
I fucking hate Bin Din women.
I know you hate the Bin Din women, but maybe they let them cover, but the under is going to be in play. Even if there is a setup, because that means that these Ho Chi Minh women are going to not try as hard, which leads to less scoring. I thought it was a very beautiful breakdown. Viper MB says, how much did he win?
How much what? The odds?
No, how much cash?
Oh, well, I just put $1 in my bet, so
$1.
10 cents.
So then you won a dollar and 10 cents,
Yeah.
or you won 90 cents because it was minus. What was the juice?
Minus 110.
Minus 110. Okay, well he's up 90 cents.
Yeah, I can go get a gum now.
Yeah, or gum, not a gum. You know, you could get gum.
I don't know how to speak English
No, you're doing a
properly.
great job. You're doing a great job. Huge Johnson says, weird part of the show, I agree, but we have to support. Tell me
Okay.
more about your Vietnamese handball looks. You're going for 2 in a row?
I'm going again with the Ho Chi Minh women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is versus the Hanoi women.
Okay.
It's weird that teams are called this way, but
Why? It's just city and then women.
yeah, no, I know, but it's like every single woman in that city is going to play, and that's not how it goes.
No, it's not. Yeah, they don't let just every woman play. No, you're right.
Do you know what I love?
Man on man?
Licking salt from my hand.
Licking salt from your hand.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
deer. Like if you were going to go hunt deer. A deer likes salt as well. They're the salt lick.
Oh,
And you put out the salt lick, then you get your semi-automatic. No, I don't hunt, but that's the story of it.
oh, I didn't know. We don't hunt here in Costa Rica.
Good. All right, so...
Well, yeah, I'm going with the with the Ho Chi Minh women
Mhm.
over the Hanoi women
Sure.
at plus 3.5.
Sure.
I-
And we think that the basically the Ho Chi Minh women are going to make a statement towards the champion Hanoi women.
Yeah,
There's no women in town.
We usually talk about rigged games in Vietnamese handball.
Sure.
So I hope I wake up tomorrow with another win.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, you could get more gum.
Everything in my life is shit.
I hear that.
So Vietnamese handball is the only thing that brings joy and cash to my life,
Sure.
even if it's 90 cents.
Hey, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Mm.
Nut Flush Allen says, great example for Caden on the path not to take by watching Freddie.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah, so you are doing good out there.
I'm not doing good anywhere.
All right. There he is, Freddie Fortune, on the Ho Chi Minh women at plus 3.5. Is that minus 110? Okay, he's asleep now. He's
Ha,
asleep now.
it's a joke.
okay.
Minus 112.
Oh, that's hilarious. At minus 112.
Yeah.
All right. Unintentional effectiveness says, damn it, Jimmy. This guy is so annoying. Viper MB says, Freddie's off his heroin. And Jim Rumsadoo says, gum. Without further ado,
Leche, Los Bookmakers.